Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome on in. My name is Rad Nomad. I'm a psychedelic DJ wizard. Apologies for running about a half hour late here already. I'm trying to juggle a couple different time commitments right now. I literally just got home from work, so apologies that things are a little bit janky here. Let me go ahead and move to my next screen here, and we can officially begin. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, where was the window I was just on? Ba-ba-ba-ba. Okay, they're unpaused. So, if any of you, so first off, thank you for redeeming first Glow the Succubus. I don't know why it didn't get populated there. That is really weird. I'll go ahead and fix that manually in the back end. And welcome on in, Char. It's good to see you. I hope you two are doing well. Um, Let me go ahead and I had the message ready to go. There we go. Okay, so for those of you who have been following Blue Sky or Discords or what have you, there is an event going on called Twitch or Treat that was set up by a couple of very nice VTubers, Mary Lamb, Ian Quest, and Moo Moo Milkmaid. So you can see we have a little friendly jack-o'-lantern sitting here next to me. So whoever redeems that Twitch or Treat is going to get a little piece of candy that is customized specifically to me. And once you redeem it, you can take a snapshot of your screen, and if you follow the link that gets posted, it's a tiny URL link, that will take you to a page that can take you to Mary Lamb's Discord server, and she has a dedicated channel where you can share all of the candy you've collected across the various streamers. So feel free to click that, feel free to redeem it at your convenience. It should be available to redeem at this point. It says temporarily unavailable. Well, that doesn't sound right. Let's see. How do we get this running? Ba, 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 ba. You know, it's funny. I spent so much time making sure the redeem, like that, the action of the redeem would actually work. Okay, it's not paused. And it is enabled. Okay, cool. It's enabled now. So you should be able to activate it. While that's setting up, let me go ahead and fix the first here. Yeah, sorry, Glow. I don't know why that didn't automatically populate. Uh, should show up now. There we go. Okay. We got you, cool. We got you showing up for first. Okay. So yeah, that's all set up. Feel free to redeem that Twitch or Treat at your convenience. There will be a piece of candy and a little message that shows up. I'm very happy with how that all came together. Yeah. Yeah, as I was mentioning, it's a little bit earlier than I usually stream. I usually don't have the time until 7 p.m. or 7:30 p.m. Pacific, which is just after I have dinner. Today our scheduling's a little wonky. My wife is actually out of town right now and is flying back in later this evening, so I figured the best time for me to be able to do this stream would be before she actually comes in. So, all that said, you have a little under 2 hours with me here. Um, Plan for today is to play some Peak. That should be pretty fun. Um, but yeah, my good friend Zafriax, I don't know if they're in chat right now. I think they said they'd stop by a little later. Yeah, they had recommended Peak to me, and I was very happy to be able to try it out. And it's one of those games that I had seen a lot of people play that looked like a ton of fun, but I didn't have the opportunity to really get into until pretty much just recently, you know. And I am super happy I got into it because it is a ton of fun. Um, not only is it a ton of fun, but it's also like the fact that I played White Knuckle as much as I did, I think really kind of prepped me for it because the mechanics are Similar. It is similarly hard in in a couple ways, right? I mean, like if you fall, you have the potential of falling all the way to the bottom, and depending on how far down you fall, you potentially take damage or die. But also just the different items that can help you like climb, that can like help you balance your stamina, give you a little advantage to like climbing up steep areas. That's all pretty similar to White Knuckle, but I think Peaked has a really unique take on it. I don't actually know which came first, Peak or White Knuckle. Um, I'll look that up later. But yeah, hope you all had a very good weekend. Hope you all are excited for Halloween coming up. I believe it's coming up on is it this Friday? Friday, that's right. Any of you got plans? I got a couple plans. Not stream related necessarily, but we have a couple Halloween parties that my wife and I will be going to. She will be dressing as a cracked porcelain doll, and I will be a puppet master. I think I mentioned this before, but I have a big red duster that I tend to wear pretty much every time I stream. But hey, welcome to Mena and Mary Lamb. Good to see you. But yeah, I have a big kind of like, did I say leather? It's actually like velvet kind of material. This like big duster style jacket that I wear as part of like every Halloween costume. Um, yeah, it's a fun jacket, and I always try to find like a different way to contextualize it every year. So one year I'm a pirate, one year I'm a vampire, one year I'm Phantom of the Opera. This year I'm a puppet master, and I got like a little cute top hat to kind of go along with it. So should be fun. But yeah. Hope y'all have been good. Hope y'all have been having a good weekend and had a good start to your week so far. I'm a little sleepy, but honestly, I've kind of woken up through the course of the day. And I'm happy to be able to play some Peak here with you. Don't mind me, I'm going to go ahead and quickly set that up in the background here. I didn't actually check to make sure that I had Peak all ready to go. But that's okay. That's good. If I go ahead and let's do Peak audio. And then Peak the game. Should show up. Perfect. Okay, cool. And with that, we can go ahead and jump right into Peak, y'all. Switch to the other screen. Should be good to go. There it is. Yes, we got Peak ready to go. Another reminder, feel free to redeem Twitch or Treat if you'd like to get a special piece of candy and get some more information on how you can collect screenshots from multiple streamers that are participating in this event today. This event will be going on through the rest of the week. Be sure to follow the various streamers at the included link once you hit the redeem. Each of them have their own custom candy and their own custom animation that shows off redeeming that candy. And yeah, should be fun. Let me go ahead and hide the now playing. Now let's hop right in, y'all. Let's hop right in. This is my current body so far. I'm kind of fine. Actually, ooh. Kind of like that more. Okay. Now, when I played this with Zaf, I was able to get through the first stage, which is the shore, the second stage, which is tropics. And then after that, I got through the Alpine, Caldera, and we ended up losing in the kiln. Ooh, that's gonna be important. I think mints I'll actually like. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. So if you're one of the few people that isn't familiar with the mechanics of this game, the main thing that you can do in this game, you see we have a giant-ass mountain we have to get up. We can climb. So you can just jump onto things. You'll see the green stamina depletes. The more you climb, there's a couple things that will naturally decrease the maximum stamina you can have over time. One of them is the amount of weight you're carrying, which is the brown bar. There's the hunger meter, which is the yellow bar. And then if you have certain afflictions, like you get injured, or you get poisoned, or you get too hot, or you're sleepy, those also will reduce the maximum amount of stamina you're allowed to have. Yeah, so in that case, I didn't have enough stamina to get up, so I have to wait for it to recharge. Which is perfectly fine on these kind of less steep climbs, but it's going to make all the difference once I start actually making some headway. And you'll notice that there were some briefcases that were strewn around. Those contain items that can either restore your stamina, give you a little bit of a boost. Some of them have medical supplies, so if I were to die, you can heal. There are also items that are kind of around that you could just use. The red crisp apples are good. There was a mushroom here, which is not good. That'll poison me if I eat it. I'll just go this way. I don't think you can touch those. Yeah. So this is one of those games. I like to be bold in these kind of games, because it has the potential of like getting you further faster. But this game is just as much like strategy as it is like the kind of climbing adventure mechanic, you know? Because if you take a wrong turn early on, or you don't go up the right path, that ends up happening. Oh shit! Yeah, see, so I just took some HP, or took some damage. And I just took some more. Okay. Also, the steeper thing you have to move up, the more stamina you're going to use trying to get up it. Was that grammatically correct? I don't know what significance the fog plays. I think it's just... I don't know. Meant to kind of get you moving. Because there are some places in this game where it's like a timed event that you have to like move. I know like inside the kiln, like inside a volcano, the lava will rise to come and get you. But yeah, I wanted to do a little bit of a practice on my own, just because I enjoy like kind of the puzzle aspect of these games, but I do want to try and play this with more people if they'd be interested in it. I know this game is a little bit past its, I guess, not necessarily its prime, but it's a little bit past its, the point at which it was popular, but I don't know, I'm having a good time with it. Ugh, damn it. Yeah, see, that was a really bold move that didn't pay out, but somehow I'm still alive. Unfortunately, that also meant I lost most of my HP. Honestly, it might be better if I just restart. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll just go ahead and restart manually. Alright. Take two. I figured at least for this stream I'd see how far I can get. The farthest I've gotten so far was to the tropics, which is just the second stage, and then I died pretty soon into that. I did not make, like, much headway up the mountain. There we go. Alright. Onward. I assume running also depletes your, like, your increases, like, your amount of hunger, but I'm not really sure. And the interesting bit about this game is there's so many different ways you can tackle climbing the mountain depending on like what items you have or what kind of difficulty of strategy you want to use. Much like real rock climbing, actually. I don't think I need a second one. I'll get it. The backpack mechanic in this game is a little annoying. The fact that you have to constantly, like, take it off you in order to, like, put stuff in it. Yeah. There goes all my stamina. think I went a much easier way this time. I say that as soon as I'm... Are you gonna hurt me? Yes, you are. Okay. Yeah, so I just got poisoned there, which did take a little bit off my stamina, but that poison will go away over... I think it'll go away over time. Yes, it will. It will. I had to think through that. Damage does not go away over time unless you have, like, something to heal you, like a bandage or a med kit. And then fun fact, these crisp berries are actually poisonous, so I'm just gonna leave those alone. Nope. Damn it. Go away, poison. I guess I could keep going this way. I probably should figure out what the maximum amount of distance I'm allowed to fall without taking damage is. That'll be good for planning. Hell yeah. That's not exactly what I wanted to do. I'll just go this way. Yeah, that'll work. Little bit backtracky, but it's fine. Oh my gosh, today was one of those days where I just got like 2 hours of sleep. Like, I do try to get like around 7 to 8 hours of sleep at night, but I don't know. Occasionally I'll just get those nights where it's like, I'll wake up after 2 hours of sleep and my body, for whatever reason, just won't let me go back to sleep. It's like, come on, I just want to sleep already. It's okay though. I had some coffee and that kind of helped. Today was pretty chill. I like Mondays where you just don't have to do much. It takes the edge off the Mondays. Easier to go this way. Oh yes, okay. Okay. No. Shit. Shit, I don't want to fall. I guess I'm falling anyway. Shit. Yeah, it really doesn't want me to stand on that part. Okay. Well, if I can't stand there, I guess I have to go this way. Easier to go down and then up. I think it would. Yeah. Yeah. I hear my cat trying to get into the bedroom. Oh, this is not going to end well. Shit. I think I have a bandage. Alright, how far did that set me back? Pretty far. Also, if you use these bridges too much, they do fall apart. Okay, I think I want to go for that bridge. I don't really feel like it's a super consistent amount of stamina per attempt. Maybe that's just me. This is not what I was expecting. Oh my gosh, he's gonna keep bugging me unless I open the door. There, it's open. There's a cat in the bedroom. Alright. Okay, I think this is going to be a pretty straightforward path out of here. Oh, come on. Alright, almost out of here. What? What? I think I glitched myself into a death there. What? What the hell? That's wacky. Okay, well, we're trying again. Alright, round 3. Okay, I really want to get past shore so I can show you all what the tropics looks like, because I really like the tropics level. Nice. I was hoping to avoid the poison. I think there was a white suitcase over here, if I remember correctly. Oh, I thought there was. That's right, because I went down there last time. Oh, there's a suitcase there. It's not white, but we'll go for it. I don't really need a flare. I think flares are good if you're doing like a multiplayer thing, but I don't really need it. I don't think, at least. Excellent. No damage taken so far. Hoping to keep it that way. I guess we could go that way. I don't think we went that way last time. Let's see. Cool. So yesterday I went to the mall and walked around for like 2 hours or so. Partly because I needed the exercise and also just because there were a couple things I wanted to get. I ended up getting myself a new pair of shoes, ended up getting a new like suit jacket. There were two things though that I was looking for. One of them was a new hat. I wanted to find a very specific kind of hat though. Not just any ordinary hat, but like kind of like a bolero style hat. And I also wanted to find red slacks. And let me tell you, while I found a variety of hats, not the bolero, but at least a decent variety, there were very few red slacks to be found, and none of which fit me. I must have gone through like every store in that mall. Some of them twice to try and find it, and I'm baffled by the fact that no one apparently carries it. Okay. I think this was the one where I know. Oh! Do I want to go for that? No, I don't. I don't need it. I don't need it. Cool. I think this was around where I experienced the glitch, so I just gotta be careful. I still have no idea how the hell I managed to do that. Okay, that doesn't do anything for my energy. That's not as far as extra energy goes. So I guess this is supposed to represent that I've been climbing all day. Wait a minute. Am I at the top? Yes! I made it. Hell yeah. I'll leave the big lollipop alone. I thought there was a white suitcase. Oh look, it's the tropics. Oh, there might not be a white suitcase because it's only me playing this round. Okay, so I died last time going on the right side. So I'm gonna try going on the left. Yeah, so in the tropics, the rain makes it more slippery, so you won't be able to climb up as quickly. I don't know what a yellow gooseberry does. I'm not gonna try it, but I don't want the lollipop. The thing with the lollipop is it does give you, like, it basically makes it such that... Actually, do I want it? You know what, let me get it. It basically makes it such that you get to keep stamina without, like, losing any for a while, but you crash really hard from it. So, like, you can't recover stamina for a while after that. I don't know, it's not an item I like using, if I can at all avoid it. Now that's a good item right there. That is a bona fide item. There's my mouse. Do I need you? No, I don't think I do. I think those basically allow you to hold on to them without, like, losing much stamina from them, but honestly, I don't really feel like I'm getting much use out of them. Okay, how the fuck do I get up this? Let's go this way. So those vines are pretty easy to find. Maybe I could try that. I don't remember seeing this last time. So, oh wow. That actually damages you. Huh. Well, it doesn't damage you, but it knocks you back. Oh, because it's a waterfall. That makes sense. I was looking at it the wrong angle. I am playing Peak. Welcome on in, Bucket of Stupid. Yep, just by myself. I wanted to get used to the mechanics a little bit more, so I could just figure out how to efficiently climb better. I like playing these climbing games by myself. At some point, I probably will try to set up something where I can play with other people. Okay. I think those red bananas are good. Shit. Damn it. Let's see. How do I want to... I keep doing occasional blinking because my eyes are blinking in real life. It's all connected. Blinking. I try to find a good balance where it's like... Because there are settings in VNeon to kind of prevent like both eyes from there are ways to help kind of align both eyes such that they blink closer together. I don't know. I guess mine are naturally like one closes before the other sometimes. An animatronic. Hey. I'm functioning just fine. Alright. There we go. Okay. I think I'm gonna crash. Yep. There we go. Okay. Come on. No. And there I go. Well, I gave it my best shot. I got poison on the way down, too. What the hell? Okay, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and take a short break here for ads. I'm probably going to stream for maybe 1 more hour or so. Again, trying to kind of coordinate with whenever my wife's flight comes in. So, yep, feel free to get up, stretch, drink some water. We'll be right back. And congrats for being the first to redeem the Twitcher treat, Bucket of Stupid. So you got a piece of candy there. If you were to join Mary Lamb's Discord, you could take a picture of this screen and share it there. There are a few other streamers who are also doing this if you wanted to go check them out. All the information's in that link that just got posted. Anyway, I'll be right back. See you in a little bit. Go ahead and set up for the next round. Thank you for the hydrate. Oh. I never noticed the conch the few times I've been here. I say I've noticed this. Ah, there we go. Thank you for redeeming dark mode. Okay, and I'll get going once we get back to ads here. Thank you for blowing me up. I guess that propeller never stopped spinning. I forget what our original destination was supposed to be. Not that it really matters all that much, but still. Alright, welcome back everyone. I went ahead and already got this run set up here. Yeah, I don't know why you don't get any ads. Either you're using an ad blocker or you just get really lucky with the ads. Either way, props to you. You're on your phone. Well, even on phones, I would consistently get ads. It can be a little hit or miss, though. Like, there's definitely been some times where, there would definitely be some times where I would, like, hop onto someone's stream and then hop off and come back, and for whatever reason, I wouldn't get hit with ads the second time, but I would the first time. I don't know why that is. Do you know He-Man, Snake Man? I'm gonna be honest, I didn't watch a ton of He-Man growing up. Whoa! Hello, Zap. Welcome on in. I thought I smelled a fish tuber. How you doing? I'm not doing so hot. This is my 4th time starting. And I've only made it to the tropics once. I'm doing alright. How's the climb? I've gotten to the peak of the first level once, and I've been pretty happy with myself on that. But other than that, it's been a bit of a challenge, which is totally fine. Having fun with the game? Oh yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. I enjoy this game a lot. I was just talking about how, like, there are many different ways that you can go about climbing this, depending on, like, what your skill level is, depending on what items you have. I'm definitely enjoying it. What I'm having a hard time with is the consistency. Is just being able to... No, I didn't actually see the clip of it. I'll have to check it out later. But I did see that you beat it, which is awesome. There we go. Yeah, congrats on beating Peak. There we go. Alright. How the hell? I guess I'll just keep going the way I've been going. I just really want to be able to, like, heal. You like Masters of the Universe, specifically Snake Man? That's awesome. Yeah, I don't quite remember Snake Man. King Hiss, gotcha. Yeah, my knowledge of... Ooh, more Scout Cookies. My knowledge of He-Man is very, very superficial. I'll just eat the whole box. I guess I could try going to that island, although I feel like that could potentially introduce some new perils. Let's go this way. It's a separate evil faction than Skeletor, which I find really interesting, and I like different evil factions. Yeah, that's kind of neat. So it's a separate, like, evil organization compared to what Skeletor runs. Because I think he's, like, if I remember correctly, he, like, has multiple people that at least sometimes work with him. Again, I'm talking in kind of very general terms because I don't really know all that much. Yeah, I'll try it. Whoa, what? I just got knocked off. What the hell was that? Oh, the fog knocked me off. Oh, that's rude. That's really rude. Oh, I landed right back on the surface. It's not a good round for me. Okay. I think I have enough time for like 1 or 2 more good attempts. I'm fully expecting that I'm not going to get further than like Tropics this stream. Imagine getting knocked off by fog, right? It's not even supposed to be that solid. Okay. Alright. Back up the mountain. Yay. Next attempt. that's not really clear. Guess I'll just go on the underside here. What's up, Zap? I'll get to the peak. I appreciate your confidence in me. I think I will too. Just imagine an album of your choice at the peak. Yeah, the most majestic album I could think of. I thought of The Life of Showgirl. Hell yeah. No. What's something that makes you thankful that you're not in the 90s anymore? Honestly, the fact that we have a GPS on our phones is pretty wild. I'm incredibly thankful for that. So, I wasn't driving in the 90s on account of me just being a wee lad, but certainly in the 2000s and the 2010s, in order for me to get around anywhere, I had to, like, basically plan out my route ahead of time. And don't get me wrong, like, we had software that, like, could map out specific routes or bring up, like, maps of the United States and all that, so you could figure out, like, how to drive to a certain area. But you basically had to have a general idea of where you were going before you started your drive, otherwise you would just get lost. I hope you're feeling better too, Rat Sleepless Nights Sus. Yeah, I'm doing alright. I think I am doing better than I was earlier. Yeah, I don't like sleepless nights. I try to avoid them if I can. But, no, thank you for that. The coffee definitely helped this morning. I'll say that much. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna drink an energy drink. Perfect. Okay. Cool. So anyway, when I was driving, I have vivid memories of... Oh, congrats on your three stream streak. That's right, I forgot that I had that enabled recently. I remember whenever I would travel back and forth between, like, my college and my internship and my... Thank you for the stretch. And my... in my parents' house, I would have to, like, print out the instructions from Google Maps because at that time, like, I didn't have a smartphone and I didn't have, like, the app. And that basically meant I could not deviate from the trail at all, right? Like, if I got off course, I basically had to turn around and go back the way I came until I got back onto the road that I needed to be on. Like, I didn't have the way of, like, correcting myself. I remember, like, missing my exit on a highway and having to get right back, like, having to get off the highway, go the opposite direction, and then get back to the exit I was supposed to get off of. It's annoying as hell. So yeah, long story short, I am really happy I don't have to fuck with any of that anymore. Shit. Okay. How about I go... I guess I could use another energy drink there. I don't have another energy drink. Never mind. Oh, that's fine. That is fine. Okay. I'm doing pretty good. I should be able to make it to the tropics. I am glad that this game doesn't, at least as far as I can tell, maybe it happens like later on. This game doesn't seem to have like enemies that like follow you around. Just obstacles that you bump into occasionally. You smell the girl boss. Where? The boss girl. It does have an enemy. Oh, is that later on? Only appears if you get ahead in co-op or you summon it with an item? Wait, so if you leave your friend behind, you get punished? I mean, that's like... That's a pretty funny mechanic. Like, I kind of like... I like that in the sense of... I like just the audacity of someone, like, leaving someone behind in what's clearly supposed to be like a co-op style game, and then the game is like, nah, you messed up. That's pretty good. I don't really want to use my rope cannon. Oh, I think I can make that. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. There we go. We're peeking. How do I keep finding... Is that... No, that's not a suitcase. I thought that was a suitcase. It's like, how do I keep finding white suitcases? Nope. Cool. Alright. We are once again at the campfire. I will stretch once I get to the campfire. And we are here. Here, I'll stand up for this one too. Ugh. You keep trying to redeem the stretch, but Twitch is a garbage platform and having trouble. I mean, you seem to be redeeming it pretty well. Honestly, the rate at which you're redeeming it is working for me. Just think of you when I climb on this game. The one you made me slip on a banana peel. That's good. I also like that that's a feature. Don't need a flare. Give me your wares. Pandora's lunchbox? I hate the people that run Twitch. I hate that they have favorites. The unfortunate reality is that you get that with pretty much every platform that gets made. Especially if that platform ends up, like, taking off, right? Yeah, the reality is we're not the money makers in this system. It's the people at the top who are the so-called favorites. There's a point in cooking non-food items like... There's a point in cooking non-food items like rope guns and chain launchers. You still get 10 bonus stamina points just for using them. You can cook them? Interesting. Pandora's Lunchbox is something ability. You know, I thought I had seen that before in like a cartoon or something like that. That definitely sounds like a Billy and Mandy type item slash plot. Okay, I'm gonna try to go over on this side. Nope. Doesn't... actually, yeah, I can go that way. If you're holding a bandage, first aid, or anything that heals you and you hit the ground from a height, you have a small timer to heal. Oh! So it delays it if you're, like, literally holding it? You can start doing it when you're falling. Gotcha. No, Fog, go away. Don't push me off again. Zaf, the Fog pushed me off when I got pretty high up in the shore. It was very mean to me. Yeah, that is cool. That's cool that you can do that. Did you hear what happened at TwitchCon? Yeah, I've heard bits and pieces. It seems like more stories are starting to come out. There's a VTuber that I follow named Grimoria. They've actually been trying to document a lot of what happened and kind of contextualize it as to like, here's what happened and here's why you should care about it, you know? Oh, fuck. I didn't mean to do that. Especially in the context of, like, basically a ton of VTubers were very much mishandled. I mean, it sounds like there was a ton of meet and greets that were either cut short or the gifts and stuff people brought were thrown away instead of transferred to them. A lot of VTubers who showed up in person were basically forced to kind of unmask themselves in front of cameras in order to like actually get access, even though they were told beforehand that wouldn't be necessary. The most... I don't really want to get too much in it, only because I wasn't there. It's not really my story to tell, you know? But my read on the whole situation, just as someone on the outside looking in, is that it sounds horribly mismanaged. Like, horrendously mismanaged, to the point where, like, Twitch staff are given basically no training whatsoever on how to actually, like, talk to these people, how to handle these people. It sounds like there's no central authority that is, like, actually teaching them how to properly work, right? I know that the whole situation with Emeryru was only stopped because, like, she had her own personal security present that were able to, like, stop people from going further. Way to go, Mary Lamb. Happy Halloween. Thank you for the redeem. Whoa. I guess I should... Can I even go up that way? Oh, I can go that way. That works. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, the rain kind of messed me up. Yeah, but as I was saying, like, it just sounds to me like the best, most gracious read I can take of it is that these TwitchCon, like, either volunteers or staff or whatever, just aren't given proper training on how to do that. And I really, really hope that's something that's fixed in the future. Yeah, right? That was messed up too. Like, they were, like, laughing about it, like, oh, did you see him? He got through all of us. Like, something almost happened. Like, that's such bullshit. Like, I mean, it does seem to me like they were the type of staff that just weren't taking their role very seriously, right? And again, like, I think you can, like, pretty much chalk that out just, like, really bad training. Or, like, maybe just even bad vetting of, like, the people. Thank you for giving the best screenshot for Trick or Treat. No problem at all. I'm glad you appreciated it. I had a fun time setting up that little redeem. I don't know. I hope TwitchCon gets its stuff together next year. I was thinking about, like, going, you know, like, it is something that I would at some point want to do. It's not super far from me, it being in California. That said, I would like to go to Off-Kai next year, and I am currently planning on going to Off-Kai next year. I'm not going to dox myself, but Off-Kai is not super duper far from where I am. And then the CEO got one of the streaming journalists to give an softball interview and blame this. Yeah, I don't like that. I mean, he's covering his own ass, right? I mean, that's what he's doing, and that's what CEOs in that position do. There's something really messed up about the fact that, like, CEOs are punished if they accept blame. Because they're seen as, like, liabilities and weak and stuff like that. Okay. Also, I do like how Emiru shot back as well, because I've been hearing that. I've been hearing that with all the statements that have been coming out. Especially one of them that mentioned, what was it? Oh, one of them that mentioned that they immediately apprehended the guy and kicked him out. Emiru said, actually, that's not true, because because there's evidence that, like, he actually just kept wandering the con until he eventually left towards the end of the day. But, like, that's what the thing is, that's what needs to happen in order to hold people accountable, right? Because the CEO sure is not going to, like, hold accountability to it. Let's go over here. I don't know. I want to believe that these companies can employ, like, proper PR strategists, or even just, I don't know. CEOs get punished when they fuck up big time. Yeah, exactly. Like, when you get to lead a big company, first off, you're not the only one leading the company, right? You are the face of the company. Like, you make decisions on how the company should run in your executive capacity, but there's typically, like, a board of, like, directors or, like, shareholders that effectively act as your, like, they effectively act as, like, the arbiters of whether or not you can keep being a CEO, right? Like, if you mess up so much that your company stock plummets, then you're basically making the shareholders nervous, right? The shareholders are like, how the heck are you going to deliver what you promised? Because we're seeing the value of all of our investments just go down the toilet. We're getting cold feet, we're going to fire you. Right. Or we're going to ask you nicely to leave and give you a very nice severance package on the way out. They call that a golden parachute. Like, the only way Danny Boy gets punished is when Daddy Bezos gets win. Yeah, for real. Like, the who's above the CEO of Twitch? The CEO of the parent company, right? Yeah. And then there's something to be said about getting to the point where you're so damn rich, it doesn't even matter if there's a board of directors above you, because you're effectively going to be able to do whatever you want. And that's when you get to do the fun shit like control the media and put in a good word about yourself, so all the reporting around you is messed up anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I would like to see TwitchCon take it a little more seriously, and I would like to see the CEO of Twitch take it a little more seriously. Come on. No. It's not really. Mention Jeffrey Bezos. I like that. I like Jeffrey Bezos. I imagine him taking a money bath in quarters instead of cucumber slices on his eyes. And his AI system tells him the bad news. Yeah. Pretty much. He gets the bad news from like a position of luxury, so it helps soften the blow. And then when he cries, he pulls out like $100 bills and uses them as tissues. I forget what cartoon I saw that in, but that makes me laugh every time I think about that. God damn, where do I climb up? About... What's over here? No. I am gonna expire without an antidote. I might need to climb back down because I don't really see a way of going up that way. Oh, and also Brad vs. Spock round 2. No! I don't wanna. Also, I have 0 stamina left. Does the first aid kit heal poison? I don't think the first aid kit heals poison. What? Works for me. Fuck yeah. Just kidding, here's a lifeline. Ridiculous. Okay. I didn't really want to touch the vines all that much. I'm gonna have to go back to this ground. I didn't want to do this. Yeah, I mean, that's really the difference, right? I think Elon likes to portray himself as, like, a professional, like, troll. But he's also striving to be someone that's likable. And I think there's a bit of a paradox in that. I don't know. Let me put it like this. I had a friend. I use it in very, very, very loose quotes. He was friendly with the rest of the group. I didn't particularly care for him. He was a member of our friend group in college, And he wanted to portray himself as the asshole that everyone liked. And I always kind of saw him as an asshole because he acted like an asshole. Like, he would talk shit about you to your face. He would, like, push you around. He was just, like, act like a dick. And he tried to kind of play it off as, like, oh, just, that's how he communicates, that's just how he is. But I don't know. Oh, thank you for the head pat, Siren. Welcome on in. It's good to see you. Anyway, where I was going with that, he's like a Redditor at heart. Yeah, that's the thing, right? It's ultimately, the way I kind of saw it was that he seemed to paradoxically want people to think of him as an asshole, but also, I'm glad I got this, but he also wanted people to like him, right? And I'm just like, if you would have, like, gone out of your way to actually, like, be nice to people, you would have probably gotten plenty of people to like you. Because he had, like, good taste in music. Like, he had good taste in movies and comedy and stuff, you know? Like, I don't know. And I wonder about that with these people that go out of their way to be, like, trolls. He wanted to be an asshole with a heart of gold. Exactly, yeah. He wanted to be, like, a dick on the surface, but deep down, he's really a caring guy, you know? You gotta sell the caring guy bit, though. You can't just be an asshole and then expect people to, like, wait around to see whether or not you're gonna be the good guy, you know? I don't know. Then again, I learned very early on that that wasn't the kind of person I wanted to be. I try to be pretty genuine, right? Like, well, first off, I want to be helpful in most cases, like, whenever I can. Like, if someone, like, asks me for help or says, like, they need something, like, I'm not gonna, like, give them shit for it. I don't know, depending on how I feel, I might, like, grunt or whatever, but, like, I do want to be helpful in general. Yeah, so when I see people like Elon, who are very clearly... Look, they're clearly doing it for a reaction, too, right? They want people to talk about it. They want people to be like, oh, did you see what he did? I just don't think you can really expect people to like you if that's all you contribute, you know? Especially on top of being a shitty boss, a shitty presidential advisor to a shitty president. Like, not to mention, pretty much, I think pretty much we can all agree he's a fascist in some capacity, right? Given his role in the government. He's not a troll. He doesn't troll. He's what happens when you take the worst aspects of Reddit and give it AI. And give it, I needed to be liked by all. Because trolls don't really give a shit. Yeah! I would hesitate to say trolls don't give a shit, because I do think the reason most trolls interact with you is because they want to get a rise out of you, right? There's that whole saying, like, don't feed the trolls. Basically, like, the more you give trolls the time of day, the more they're going to interact with you and give you bullshit, right? Also, I'm not sure I necessarily agree on your capacity as a Redditor, because I think at worst, Redditor just ends up being a troll. I don't really see much of a distinction. Okay. Can I actually make headway going this way? I wanna climb. I wanna get up the mount. Pandora, come through. Thank you. Redditors are know-it-alls. I think you're the funniest shit around. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely... Why am I falling? Come on, don't fall. I was doing pretty good up until then. I can definitely see that. There's a reason why the whole I am very smart fad exists. Well, part of it too is because of the whole like upvote and downvote system. Like in reality, the original intent behind the upvote and downvote was supposed to be like how much a particular post contributes to the discussion, right? Like if you say something completely off topic, or you're like insulting someone, or I don't know, you completely misinterpret what someone's saying, it makes sense for people to basically signify saying, hey, this doesn't really fit the rest of the conversation. Like, I think that whole idea was fine. Problem is, that's not how people interpret it, right? People see a downvoted comment and immediately think, oh, they're wrong, right? So you get these self-righteous people who will see downvotes, or not even just that, they'll just see that their comment was upvoted more, and they'll use that as justification that they're in the right. Like, see, more people agree with me, therefore I win. And I think there's something deeper to that. I mean, there's this whole idea of turning conversation into a competition, which is something that I absolutely hate with every fiber of my being. I grew up in a family that really, really likes to debate. Like, they like to talk about current events. They like to talk about what's going on. And look, I found out pretty young that our politics didn't quite align. But what I also found out was that their idea of a conversation was actually to end up the winner of the conversation, right? They thought that a talk between two people always has a winner. Like, you had to make your point properly until the other person felt like they couldn't defend anymore, and then they won. And that just never sat well with me, because that's not how people talk in real life, you know? Like, when I have a conversation, I'm not trying to debate people, you know? Like, I will occasionally go into things I feel pretty strongly about, you know, or things that I feel like need to be said, but that's not debate so much as just, I don't know, it's something that needs to be said. I don't think Elon Musk is a fascist, but he will flock to any group that feeds his delusions. He's the best and coolest. Yeah, I mean, I guess...
This is so illogical!
Ember, welcome on in. Thank you for the follow. It's good to see you. Hope you've been doing well. Let's see. I don't know. I guess there's that whole term of, like, useful idiot, right? Is that he's kind of just going. Not sure how I wasn't already following. No, it's no problem at all. I appreciate you stopping by. Okay, well, I don't think I can make any progress going this way. I'm gonna try going a little bit this way just to see if anything changes, but most likely it's not. Your model looks amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You can thank Glow the Succubus and Trash Bat Char for that. They're the ones who made the model and made the design for it. Well, Char made the original kind of goth outfit idea. I don't think this is going to work. I'm gonna die doing this. Yeah, Char made the goth outfit design in 2D, and then Glow made it a 3D model. I think it's that the only real person that likes him is Joe Rogan. Yeah. You think Joe Rogan even likes it? I don't, not that I really care what Joe Rogan thinks, but I gotta wonder how much of those, like, how much of that friendliness is really just kind of like some sort of like social scoring system, right? Like, oh, I was on this talk show, or I talked with these people. But there's not, like, really a relationship there, you know? I don't know. I'm of the opinion that that they should all stop. I would appreciate if they all stopped having influence. It would be cool if... Why is it cold down here? I don't think I really have it. Oh, is that why there are chili peppers? They do all turn on each other. Exactly, right? Oh, and that's a good point, Ember, because I still remember the whole, like, few times when even both Elon and Trump turned on each other. I think that happened at least twice early on in the presidency, right? Once with the tariff business, and then once over something else. Oh, this ain't gonna work. I'll wait around with the hopes that I just recover quickly, but I don't think it's gonna happen. They should just eat each other so we can move on. There we go. That's the actual good ending. We don't eat the rich; the rich eat themselves. Well, Joe Rogan's Comosphere is losing relevancy except for Shane Gillis. So I don't actually know who Shane Gillis is, which is probably a good thing. But I do agree. Like, I don't hear people talking about Joe Rogan the way that they used to, you know? I think once he came out as kind of like a COVID denier, most people kind of... Most people who knew better were quick to move away from him. Thank you for redeeming, Ember. Happy Halloween. Shane Gillis is a pretty good comedian that doesn't really get involved in much politics. Okay. That's pretty good. I mean, I guess he's distancing himself from the Rogan sphere. Yeah, I mean... I guess... regardless of... Do I want that? Do I want that? I'll take it. I don't know if I want it, but I'll take it. I guess ultimately, right, like, his politics are one thing, but the fact that he's choosing to distance himself from Joe Rogan's probably not a bad thing. I don't know. One of the things that I'm slowly starting to realize, right, is that even the people who say they're not involved in politics are still involved in politics to some degree by, like, who they hang out with, who they support. Like, I don't think that's a hard thing to figure out, especially if they're vocal about supporting certain things. I don't know. I'm actually reading a book that's kind of talking about that a little bit, right? The idea that in a big chunk of, like, Western society, a lot of people were able to separate politics from, like, their personal life, which is weird given how much of an impact politics does have on everyone's personal life, you know? I don't know. It's something. It's also part of the reason why I don't try to stifle, like, political conversation on my streams. Like, I do think that it's important to be able to have these kinds of conversations, even if it's ultimately just, I don't know, commiserating, or I don't want to use the word whining. Just discussing about the unfortunate state of things that we all find ourselves in. It's a huge amount of privilege to be able to ignore politics. That is 100% true, Ember. I definitely agree to that. It's one of those things where you might be able to go a good chunk of your life with, like, as someone who is privileged, right? You can potentially go a good chunk of your life without ever being the target of, I don't know, the ire of the U.S. government, right? Or like the target of, I don't know, all the changes that are being made. But I guarantee you, you're gonna know, if you aren't being affected by it, you're gonna know someone who is, right? A case in point, most recently, people who are relying on food stamps. Sorry, the SNAP program. That's 40 fucking million people affected that aren't going to get payments in November. You like Shane Gillis when he hosted SNL and did the Trump shoe set. I am so far behind on SNL, to be honest. Yeah. And I will say, I don't know how many of you people, like, follow me closely on Blue Sky. I am trying to be a little bit better about kind of highlighting cases like that. I want to get more involved in mutual aid and just being able to kind of, like, boost people's posts when they need it. I mean, we've even had some, like, people close to us that have fallen on some hard times. They need a little bit of help, and I think that is a wonderful thing, and maybe that's really one of the greatest parts of the internet, right? Is that it doesn't just allow us to connect with each other, it allows us to get help in ways that we haven't been able to before, right? Because I think about, like, older, like, community type settings where you would, like, be feeding, like, people who are hungry, or I don't know, you would be providing, like, disaster relief in some effect, but that still required you to be in the right place at the right time, right? It could be an amazing tool for building a community. Exactly. Right. And I mean, to be honest, I think it's incredible that Blue Sky has become kind of that place where even if I'm not happy with how it's currently being managed, there is still a big presence of people who ascribe to that idea, right? That we can still be able to boost, we can still be able to help the people who need it most and be able to boost those, like, asks for help in ways so that they get to people who can actually provide that help. And then I go. Okay, I think I'll be able to make it. But, man, I need to find some food bad. And a health pack. What time are we at? Okay, cool. Once I die, I'm probably going to have to quit. Because I need to go pick my wife up from the airport. Let's see how much further up I can get. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. It really doesn't help that I don't have food. Okay, I think I need to get that coconut. Oh, I just stumbled and, this is not good. It's not good, y'all. Is there, like, a suitcase down here I can open? Looks a little beat going on. My climbing power is nothing anymore. Oh, I have the cannon. I want to scope out where a chest is so that I can just blast myself to it. And there I go. Oh no, my hunger got too high. This is how I die. I die of hunger. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. That wasn't a good round. It's okay. Like I said, like I said earlier, I want to use this stream as, like, a chance to, like, build up my climbing skills. Like, I feel like I picked up the mechanics very quick, but it's very easy to screw up in this game, so I want to figure out how to do this consistently well. I'd love to get a small group together and play this at some point. Okay, y'all, this is a little bit short of a stream that I usually do. It's also been significantly earlier. I usually stream starting at 7:30 PST. I'm going to go ahead and call it here because I need to go pick my wife up from the airport. Thank you so much, everyone who stopped by. Thank you to everyone who did that Twitch or treat redeem. Thank you, Ember. I hope you have a good night as well. And definitely go check out that link as well. I'll go ahead and post it one more time here. This link, actually courtesy of Ember here. Come on, can I just copy the text? There we go. There we go. More information on the Twitch or treat event if you want to find other streamers who are doing this event. Want to go drop it on their streams. They also have special pieces of candy. If you get a picture of that candy, you can share it in Mary Lamb's Discord. All information is in that tiny URL link. Did you hear that some leftist politicians are thinking about letting Elon Musk in? I would argue they are not leftists, but I also hate fallacies, and the no true Scotsman fallacy is also a fallacy in that regard. I don't think they're very leftist if they're thinking of supporting Elon Musk, but that's my own personal opinion. Gonna go ahead and call the stream here, everyone. Plan is to stream Amnesia: The Bunker at 7:30 Pacific Standard Time on Wednesday. The Jack-o'-lantern Twitch retreat will be active then as well. You could redeem then if you missed getting a picture here. I'll see you all then. Have a good night, or a good day, or a good time zone. And I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.